Hello and welcome to you out there, all you astrology lovers having an interest in astrology. This is a video about the lunar eclipse. It's about the eclipse in Scorpio. It's about the eclipse around and about the 15th, 16th of May. So yes, I'm recording this a little bit in advance because it's related to that other eclipse that we're going to have very soon. As I'm recording this, the eclipse of Taurus, that's going to be on the 30th of April. So we're very much in the vibe of eclipse season. And yes, I know, when you read in the books of astrology, eclipses, we astrologers, we like a little bit of our drama, don't we? Anyways, I want to bring this very down to earth to you. I mean, I'm a Virgo for some reason, right? And so I want to ground people. I want to explain here for all the signs what this lunar eclipse in Scorpio is all about, because it sounds dark, doesn't it? But it's not. It's necessary, period. So let's have a look at it. Of course, if you haven't done already, check out the horoscope that I made, the May horoscope. I mean, it's one video because I had a eye problem. I still have a little bit, but as you see, it's improving and improving. By the way, for some of you, you might have an interest in what healed it. I'm going to keep that. It's just one or two sentences. I'm going to keep it up until the end of the video, just to tease you a little bit. And of course, tease you a little bit. I mean, if you really want to know, you now skip to the end of the video. But anyways, this is not about health. This is about the total eclipse, which is this page, Veerle, total lunar eclipse in Scorpio on the 15th, 16th of May at 25 degrees of Scorpio. So the moon is going to be 25 degrees of Scorpio. The sun is going to be at 25 degrees of Taurus. Of course, if you've got planets there, this is going to be super, super, super important for you. First, the general thing. This as well belongs to the Saros cycle 6 North. You know, or you don't know, a specialist, what is her name? Oh my goodness, I forgot her name. She's an astrologer in Australia. Oh, I forgot her name. Oh, mea culpa, it's Bradley or something. And she is a specialist in that, so I'm not really glamorously thinking I know it all. It's from her that I know that. And she has written a book, something with eagles, but more than that, I don't know. Check it out, and in your comments, I mean, you are such a clever public. I've really, really realized it at last. And so check that out. But it belongs to the Saros cycle 6 North. And that has to do with being your own boss, being in the driver's seat, so to speak, being your own authority, taking leadership. Period. It's nothing more than that. It's taking leadership. And that other eclipse in Taurus is the same. 6 North, it's the same cycle. So this is all about you taking leadership. So again, when you say, oh, Scorpio, I hear so many clients and they're afraid. They're afraid of Scorpio and blah, 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 blah. Yes, but some people need to be afraid and are mostly not. And the ones who are afraid mostly don't have to be. You see what I mean? So let's break this down. So the eclipse in itself, 6 North, it's not a bad eclipse. It's just about taking responsibility. If that is the weather forecast, if you're not doing it, yes, it's going to become a little bit more difficult. But let's take a look at that particular day on the 15th, 16th of May. Oh my goodness me. Yes, astrologers really, and they have a reason for it. They're really gonna say like Saturn, and I'm doing it as well, Saturn squaring up the nodes and squaring up this eclipse. It's all horrible, it's all terrible, blah, 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 blah. It's just like saying Saturn is bad. And that is the trick of not falling into that, because Saturn is neutral. Jupiter is not bad or good. Jupiter can be bad as well. It's like when it's raining outside. For some people, it's good. When you are a farmer and you haven't been seeing rain for days, it's good. So it's how you deal with it. That is the art of life, things that are out of our control, how to handle it with style, with class, and how to turn it around into the best possible energy that you can. So it is with the Saturnial energy. Yes, it is a square. Yes, it is hard. Yes, it is not easy, but, and I'm not sugarcoating this, hell no, even with my Sagittarius rising, I know, I always see the positive out of things. That is my survival mechanism, so, but keep in mind, and this is facts and figures, yes, it's a T-square, it's going to be hard for some people, especially those who are annoying Saturn. In other words, those who are not working on themselves. And working on yourself is not pointing the finger to other people. It's the hardest thing to do, I find. I don't know what about you, but I find it very hard to do. But anyways, another thing is, and that's also facts and figures, this eclipse has also 2 trines. And I'm doing this, you know, to emphasize this. It has 2 trines. So there is a trine to Pluto, from the Sun to Pluto. So Pluto is helping. So if you want to transform, if you want to make changes, this is like working in your favor. And also, there is also another trine going on, and that is the trine between Mars and Neptune in Pisces. That is also supporting this scorpionic kind of energy. So let me explain this a little bit more, because this is so important. That, and especially when you're studying astrology, don't you ever take just one aspect like the Saturnial thing? No, you have to see the whole, right? You have to see the whole. And you have to see the bigger perspective, what is happening. And whenever I see in a natal chart, if this would have been a natal chart, for instance, I would say, ooh, T-square, Saturn, ooh, harsh. But she or he has the tools and the wherewithal to work with it, because she or he has help from those 2 trines. You see, so this is a break-even situation. So whenever for you, when you feel like hard times are coming up, there's going to be help. There's going to be help from, and I'm going to have a look at the difficulties for each sign, and then also the help. Where is it coming from? So to be at least open for that help, okay? So this is really a very interesting, a very tough, but as well a very blessed kind of energy that is going on, because Scorpio is all about, it's an eclipse with the South Node, and with Scorpio, that is a double whammy, in my humble opinion, a double whammy of, it has to go, it's dying already, you're carrying something along that is already dead. So get rid of it rather than sticking to it, because that, of course, it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. I respect, you know, people being in the process of something. And but this energy is going to help. And yes, there's a karmic link to it. Absolutely. So you can always say at the end of the road, you can say, hey, it's karma. I can't help it. You know, that's just a bad joke. But anyway. So yes, Saturn and the nodes, they are both like the representators of karma. So these things are a bit karmic indeed. And but the only thing that you can do is being as much as aware as you can, which is my job here to help you with that. And then make your choice, right? So let's get to the, oh yes, and another detail I want to say is that Venus just jumped over Chiron when this eclipse is happening. So this is a lot about healing. Not only Scorpio is healing energy, Saturn, when you allow that karma and when you allow to look at your own responsibility, I mean, again, double whammy. Oh, people are going to say I'm all over the place. But hey, I don't care. As you probably know. Taking leadership and responsibility is already in the eclipse energy. But with that square to Saturn, it's a double whammy. And then, yes, jumping over Chiron, definitely healing. Okay, so let's get started with Aries. Very short, I'm going to do the signs now. For Aries, the difficulty, or you could say the challenge, that is really, really not easy for you to do, is a letting go of very deep psychological patterns. You know, this Scorpio energy is in your 8th house. So this is not easy for Aries people because it's hidden, and it's the side of your personality that doesn't want to show itself too much, but something needs to go that you are too much attached to. Remember, Scorpio is the thing that we are very, very attached to. And what is going to help? What is it? So don't panic when there's a little crisis going on or whatever. What's going to help you is your work, because there you've got Pluto, the transformation there. So there could be stuff happening at the workplace that really helps you. That is quite powerful as well and quite transformative, but it helps you get through it. And another thing, and this is a bit, you know, tricky to say this to an Aries, but another part is the invisible world is going to help you with Mars, Neptune there in the 12th. Yes, I know this sounds a bit la, but it's true. You're getting help from the invisible world, from the 12th house, and you're getting help and support from that unconscious energy there. So good for you. I'm not going to make it you know, more than that. You know, you are true Aries people. They want things like being precise, concise. I at least like that. I mean, I have my moon in Aries as well. You can't tell, can you? But anyways, you really have to focus on, I have to go through this and I have to let go of this. Taurians, this is about your relationships. I've been talking about this quite a while, but something needs to go in the way that a relationship is going on. And it's a significant other person in your life. No, it's not a friend. No, it's not a parent. No, it's not a sister or a brother. No, it is a lover, a husband, a wife, a friend, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a business partner could be that as well. There's something that needs to go there, and they are going through a huge transformation, and that could be a bit rather uncomfy, but you have to let go of that. You can no longer do business as usual in your relationships. And that is for the better or for the worse, depending, of course, on your particular horoscope. So stick to you, which is this North Node in the 1st house. So work on your confidence, work on yourself. Don't be too much giving your energy away to that other person. See what's unfolding, and yeah, it is what it is, basically. What is going to help you is the 9th house. Pluto is there. It is through travel, through education, through maybe videos like this even, right? I don't want to be cocky here, but yes, astrology, the 9th house is everything that has to do with the metaphysical side of life, with the philosophy. So having the bigger picture is going to help you tremendously. Another thing that's going to help you is friends, the 11th house. You've got Mars, Neptune there. That is very beautiful, soothing, empathic friends that you have. Embrace them and connect with them on a very emotional level. They are here to support you on your ride when it comes to your identity, but also when it comes to your relationships. Geminis, this is not that important for you because it's not in the most important area of your life like it is with the Taurians. That is a very important eclipse because they are a fixed sign. The Geminis have this happening in the 6th house. So there is something about the 6th house that you need to let go of. Whether it is a job, whether it is some stuff that you're doing in your daily routine that is harmful for you, you know, mental health, physical health, whatever it is, there's something that needs to go. And you need to go towards relaxation and letting your hair down every now and then. Might be difficult to do, but what's going to help you is your work, basically. Mars, Neptune there in the 10th house. So work is good for you. And another thing that's going to help you is the 8th house, which is doing, creating intimacy with the one that you love, for instance. If you can, of course, if you're in a relationship. On another level, this is going to a person that helps you to dig deep into your psyche. So deep talks and so that you can transform your fears. So also very interesting eclipse for you. Cancerians. Now Cancerians, for you, this is a good eclipse, right? Because Cancerians, Pisceans and Especially, what is the other water sign? Come on, Veerle. What is the... I'm getting a blackout here. What is the other water sign? Pisces? Yes. No, no, no. Cancer? Yes. And Scorpio. Yeah, I already said them. So what is going on here for you? It is the letting go. It's your 5th house. And that is letting go of your attitude towards having fun. So there are some things that you are doing, no matter how old you are, man or woman, that is not really helpful for you on the way of achieving your goals. Because that's where you want to go. You want to go towards... Whether you're 20 or 60, it doesn't matter. What is the rest of my life? Where is it going to bring me? What can I do? My goals for the future, what is it? But first of all, there needs to go some maybe an old hobby that is absolutely not working for you anymore. Maybe an old attitude towards love as well. Maybe you have some crazy ideas about love, I don't know, or maybe they are a bit outdated, and you say, yeah, how I handle love, this is actually not the way that the woman or the man that I want to be. I want to be someone different now. So you have an opportunity to do so. You have an opportunity to let go of also a romance. That could be a romance that you're having or going through, and that is just toxic. That is not healthy. Scorpio, right? That you need to let go of. But although it can be a bit painful normally, now it's not going to be that painful for you because it's the water sign and it goes well with your Cancerian energy, and you're getting the help as well of the 9th house, which is your the 9th house is your perspective in the whole. So you Cancerians, if you look a little bit, if you distance yourself from yourself, you can achieve very much. That's going to help you. If you see the whole picture, the bigger picture, that's going to help you. Travel is going to help you as well. The 9th house is all about traveling, which is as well, it gives you a bigger perspective. Another thing is studying, doing some cultural stuff, doing something that is related to philosophy as well. And then another thing that's going to help you is the 7th house. So there could be a business partner that is helping you out, or a very important person that is, though, a little bit, where you are a little bit afraid of. I hope that makes sense, because it's Pluto after all. So there could be a person out there that you're a bit afraid of, but you know that you can learn a lot from them. So be open for that, because that's going to help you eventually with clearing out the stuff that no longer suits you. Leos, this is a very important eclipse for you, because this is happening in the core of your horoscope, which is your 4th house. So something on an emotional, deep emotional level needs to go. On a more physical 3D level, it has to do with your home. So there could be stuff around the home that you say it needs to go, this old home, it's no longer suiting. But it's in Scorpio, it's not the easiest thing for you to do. And with all the squares that I just talked about, the Saturn and whatnot, it's not all easy, but you know that it needs to go. And you know that you have to go towards emotional well-being. That is you want that to be your priority during this time, your emotional well-being. And a different way of dealing with your emotions. So looking deep into yourself, it's a very introspective energy here. If you look very deep of what is making that reaction in me, why am I doing this? Where is it coming from? This can really, really help you out in being way more emotionally stable than you have ever been. What is going to help you? The 8th house. So maybe a deep conversation with someone that you trust, and going deep into your psyche of why you're having this defense mechanisms, for instance, that you have, and what you can do with it. And on another level, work, your day-to-day routines, Pluto in the 6th house there. If you're not working, could be simply how you take care of your health. That can help you to get where you need to go. Virgos, this is happening in your 3rd house. You kind of like that house. It's a bit similar. It's a mercurial house. So you need to think differently, period. You need to communicate differently. You need to think differently. And that is by letting go of some people in the neighborhood. or how, because the third house is people in the neighborhood. It could mean also your attitude towards your siblings. It needs to change. It could also mean how you promote yourself. If you have your own business, for instance, like me, it's about doing it differently. You see, Virgo is earth. It doesn't want to do that so quickly. But anyway, doing things differently, and instead of going all around and around in the neighborhood, go somewhere far away, take a very long trip, go on a travel where you've never been before. It can inspire you tremendously. And what is going to help you? Your relationships. There's going to be someone out there, a very important person, that can help you. And that is there, that is soothing, that is almost too good to be true. But remember, stay with the feet on the ground. But anyway, they can teach you so much about compassion, about having compassion with self. It is a difficult thing for Virgos. And another thing what can help you is just have fun. Isn't that great? With Pluto there in the 5th house, maybe to do something fun with your children, if you have them, or doing some hobbies, some things that you love to do, going out there, having a nice cup of tea, coffee, drink, glass of wine, whatever it is, in a cafe or out in a terrace, or how do you say that in English? Anyway, do some things that you enjoy, and this will help you in how to communicate in a better way, in a more truthful way. Not that it wasn't the truth before, but more in how you communicate from the heart, basically. Libras, this is happening in your 2nd house. This is all about your self-worth. Something needs to go that you're clinging on to, that has to do with your identity, that has to do with what is very much you. It could very much be resources that you have, like you stick to an old computer that is not working anymore, or you stick to an old, an old car, and because it's emotional or it's beautiful, but it's not working, and etc., etc. It's a lot about the physical stuff here, although it could also mean that be open for what other people say and other people's values as well. Don't go into power struggles when it comes to assets. So certainly when you are in a relationship, you could say, I want this house, you want that house, where is the middle ground? So try to be open, just be your Libra self. This is not going to be the hardest eclipse ever for you. On the contrary, what can help you is just being at home, nurturing yourself with Pluto in the 4th house, going to people that you trust, that you've known for a long time, your relatives, and that is, some relatives. Some can be very, family and not so easy to trust. But anyway, someone that you trust very deeply can help you out. And the 6th house, which is your day-to-day work, can help you as well to feel better. Your day-to-day, if you don't work, your day-to-day routines, taking care of your health, mentally, physically, whatever it is. But main thing is working on what needs to go when it comes to your assets, so that you can be open for other people, that they can help you for once, right? Because you like to help other people, right? Well, other people like to do that to you as well. So be open for that. Scorpios, this is of course the most important eclipse for you, especially if you have around this not around this time, but when you have around 25 degrees of Scorpio, your sun there, your moon, wow, this is a big eclipse for you. It has to do with you shedding off the skin. You know the story. Shedding off the skin, old parts of your identity, it needs to go. It could be a ton of things, but it is related to relationships. So it could mean that, for instance, you're coming towards an age where that old part of you that was very mothering and helping out your kids and your husband and your whatever, now you're at another stage because the kids are out and hey, you have time for yourself. So you need to let go of that old personality, basically. Another example is that you are very young and now you've studied, you have your degree, you're into the new world of work. You need to let go of that irresponsible joie de vivre of, yes, the world is all mine and I don't have to take care of anything, you know. Remember, this is all about responsibility, but it's all about responsibility also in your relationships. So depending on your story, there's an old part of you that is completely dying. But it's for the good, it's for the good, and you're going to attract new people in your life that are matching you way better than ever. What is going to help you? Go out, have some fun, you know, do some nice things in life. The 5th house there with Mars and Neptune there, this is amazing for you. This is amazing. Could mean a new romance, absolutely, and a bit out of worldly. How do they say that? Enjoy it, enjoy it. You are absolutely entitled to have enjoyment as well, just like everybody else. It doesn't always have to be dying and reborn, getting reborn again, you know. It's also having a little bit of fun there. So it could also mean when you have children to do something fun with your kids, or to do something really, really artistic, creative and whatnot. But also to do yourself something very creative, a project, maybe starting a business of your own, because you're now at a new stage of your life. Another thing that's going to help you is your mind. You know, the 3rd house with Pluto there, the way that you think in a day-to-day level, in the narratives that you're talking to yourself, it's going to help you. Sagittarians, this is happening in your 12th house. This is a bit of a dark house, you could say, but on a very good level, this is all about letting go of karma. This is a very karmic thing for Sagittarians. Yes, I know. Sagittarians have been going through already the nodes in their sign last year, and so they're shedding off skin, they're shedding off skin, they're shedding off skin. So now it's, yes, the rebirth is definitely coming, but there's still some baggage, some luggage that you need to let go of. That is basically this eclipse there, and the focus to your day-to-day routines, to your health, you know, be healthy. You know, I'm a Sagittarius rising, and I can completely, you know, understand what's going on here with this, but in other Sagittarians I see it as well. So really let go of those old patterns that are not conscious. So your blind spots, really your defense mechanisms, they are not working for you anymore, and there's a reason for that, because you're getting that upgrade. Go for the upgrade. What can help you is actually your self-worth. The 2nd house, Pluto, is there for a long time. I mean, so you're starting this, starting blah, 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 to see the results of the hard work that you did on your confidence. I mean, confidence comes from within. It doesn't come from other people. It comes from within. So that is going to help you. Also, of course, it could mean money. It could mean money, and that you have a little bit more freedom there. It could help you as well with the things that you want to let go of. It's a bit weird, but yeah, that's how I read this. And then the other help that is coming is from your emotional support that you're giving, the nurturing that you're doing to yourself, like a good parent, which is Mars, Neptune in your 4th house. It could also mean a relative. There is a relative that is very dear to you and that is helping you. It is Pisces though, so it could even be someone who's not here anymore. Anyway, Capricorns, this is happening in your 11th house. This is good for you because the Sun in Taurus is trining your Capricornian energy. So you're one of the lucky ones here. It's not going to be that bad. But of course, it's Scorpio energy. So let's be realistic here. It's in your 11th house. You could have to say goodbye to a friend because this is not good for you. There is something there that is out of balance. Or it could mean that you have to let go of an old goal, an old objective that you know that is no longer suiting to you, that you are saying, nah, this is not for me. I've been wanting that, but this goal is not going well. If you are doing that, your chances to have more fun in your life, to have more creative expression, to have more joy in your life, to work and to live more from the heart, this is really what you're all about with this eclipses happening in your 11th and in your 5th house. What's going to help you? You are going to help yourself. This is something that Capricornians like, right? Pluto in your sign, you are going to do the work and you are going to be very proud of yourself for once, not for once. You know what I mean. Another thing that's going to help you is the 3rd house. The neighborhood could help you. Siblings could help you out with the Mars Neptune there, or some nice conversations, some very deep but spontaneous conversations with people that maybe from abroad, from another country, or with people that are very spontaneous as well, that are very caring. They are gonna help you out. Aquarius, this is a super important eclipse because you are a fixed sign happening in your 10th house. So something, when you are an Aquarium, and especially when you have those degrees, but still all the Aquarians will feel it, the 10th house, then something needs to go there, right? And the 10th house is work or a parent related to, not that a parent needs to go, but your attitude towards it. Your attitude towards work, maybe you are working too hard and you need to let go of. And of course, yes, the eclipses are like that. If you're not listening to the energies and to the weather forecast, it's going to do it for you. That's all true. That's true. But hey, you are forewarned and forearmed here with, you're watching these kind of videos, so you know what you're capable of and you know what's coming. But that 10th house could also mean that you're working not hard enough. You know, it depends on your story. Maybe you're not working hard enough and you have to shift that attitude. Or you have to, Scorpio is quite dramatic, so you could really transforming from you were a nurse and now you're going to be a saleswoman. Or the other way around. Yeah, whatever suits you. But there could be a total shift in how you do your work. And it's for the better because basically it's to get more emotional support. It's to nurture yourself actually even deeper than ever before. That is the clue there, with all that energy of the North Nodes and the Sun in your 4th house of your core. This is a super, super important eclipse for you. What is going to help you? The 2nd house, which is your money, the things that you have, which is your confidence, the many years that you've worked or whatever. Your confidence is going to help you. And don't say to me, you dear Aquarians, that you don't have any confidence. You do have as well. The 12th house is also going to help you. So that is a bit strange because the 12th house is an invisible house and I call it the invisible world. So you're going to get help from the invisible world, period. Very powerful invisible world, Pluto there. If you're not into that stuff, what's going to help you is to take time off with yourself. You know, have some me time and do it alone and have those nice long walks and at the seaside, for instance. Anyways, very important for you out there. And last but not least, Pisceans, then you are having this in the 9th house. You are having this in quite a nice energy because you are a Piscean, you are a water sign. Scorpio is also a water sign. This is all about your belief system. Something needs to go there and you know it. It's not going to be the end of the world because sometimes people, well, not sometimes, most of the times, to change your belief system, it's almost an impossible thing. If you've always been like conservative, to turn into someone that is the opposite, it's not easy, is it? But with you, it is possible here of letting go of an old belief system, letting go of old narratives that you've been saying to yourself. And it's, although it might not be easy because Saturn is there after all, what's going to help you is friends, new objectives for the future with that Pluto there in your 11th house, or a friend is going through a huge transformation and you're kind of copy-paste that wisdom from them. And also you are going to help you. And I think this is very much about not Piscean thing, but most Pisceans, they are a bit like wary of when they say, oh yeah, this is good about them and not, but hey, if you go deep down inside, you Pisceans out there, you know that you're good at some stuff, right? Use it, embrace it, and you're gonna do well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh yes, this was the video. If you're not interested in health, skip the next few minutes, but I promised to set 33 minutes. I wanted to have 30, but hey, anyways. What did help? So this is completely not astrology, or it is. What did help if you're interested in having eye problems, health problems in general? What do you do? Well, I'm a Sagittarius rising, so I truly believe in going on all levels. And again, thanks so much for all the tips that you have given me. Some of them I said, what? Are you serious? And others, I say, yeah, wow, interesting. Now, what did help me was tons of things, but that were very obvious. I'm not going to say those, which many people were writing to me. But what was very stunning was the herbs. What helped me was Maria Distel. I don't know how to pronounce it in another language. Maria Distel. You know, if no one is finding it in the language, I will do it for you. But I hope someone out there understands Dutch, Flemish, and knows what Maria Distel is. It is a herb that is actually helping the liver. I know, it sounds weird, but some people said that eye problems have to do with liver. And of course, inflammation and all of that, it's about anger, it's about not wanting to see things. And my goodness me, there are so many things I don't want to see. But anyway, that helped me. Of course, also what I just talked about in a bit of a light way and laughing with myself, that is also very important, right? That is the emotional, psychological stuff. You have to work on that because your body is speaking to you. But something that can support you is definitely herbs, and it really support me. So, being healthy and all of that, I'm already quite like that. I mean, for being a Belgian, I live quite healthy. I know they are very Burgundic, or how do they say that? We are. Most of us, not all of us, of course. But I'm already pretty healthy, pretty healthy. But indeed, the very kind of boring stuff like, drinking a lot of water, no, not too much fat, no alcohol, all these things, of course, they work. And I know sugar, yes, they do work. But the thing that stood out was certainly that herb, was certainly also the deeper thing. Someone was in the comments talking about acupuncture and about Chinese wisdom there. He or she was talking about, was it the elements, and that it is spring here in the country that I live in Belgium, and that is about the wind and so on. And I don't understand it completely, but it's very interesting because it's true. When I was in the wind, and I think it got worse. It was very windy here. And it really gotten worse. So I think that has to do with it as well. Again, they also mentioned the liver. Of course, I'm a Sagittarius rising. So what is very important for me is that organ of the liver, because that is associated with the sign of Sagittarius. So these are like the most important things. And by the way, who has given me that insight of working on different levels? It was the Dutch astrologer. I think she was 100 years old when she passed away. I mean, 100 years old. So she is really walking her talk. She was like knowing a lot about herbs as well. And very old books, a bit black and white, you have to say. You have to read it with a piece of salt there. But her name is Nelly Uildert. So if you are Dutch, because they are not translated, or Belgian, Flemish, you can really read her books. And she is really talking about the synchronicities that happen. Yes, I got that style because I was using false lashes for once. I mean, I do that every single year in the carnival, so I've been doing that for 20 years. But why now that it related to that problem? So she believes in those synchronicities of, it's very interesting. Anyway, I could talk days about this topic, but thank you so much for listening if you have made it through the video here. And all the best with the eclipses. Bye-bye.